So I think they're quite different. One, so you have a student body that's just a lot older, and not, necessarily living on campus, living near each other. People are going home. Some people live in Boston, some people live outside the city. A lot of people have, fiancés, live in boyfriends or girlfriends. I've got a couple people in my section who even have children. And I think that just that demographic profile means that people tend to come to class, go to class, but a lot of people leave campus. And I think the opposite is true for Harvard College. Everybody's on campus almost all the time. People in their dining halls all the time. People are going to class or hanging out together all the time. And I think the other big thing is that not everyone at Harvard Law School is the same. Certainly there's a great deal of diversity, socioeconomic, national identity, languages, interests, things like that. But when you're talking about people who are going to law school, in a very broad sense, they have sort of similar interests, similar things they want to learn, similar approaches, and they're all going through very similar classes. And I think the exact opposite is true at Harvard. So you have people who are totally devoted to math, or totally devoted to playing a sport, or totally devoted to music, or arts, or English language, or Russian literature, or whatever. And I think that that much broader diversity makes things a lot more interesting, because you're not necessarily competing with anybody else. You're not interacting with them just in a classroom setting. It's much more of a, what do you do? Wow, that's very different than what I do. That's kind of interesting. Can you just tell me more about that? Because I don't really know anything about that, which is something you see a little bit at law school, but I think definitely not as much as in college.
So you're